Kwatee makes software deployments easy by providing powerful tools via a simple web interface. You can manage different configuration sets for deployment, test, or production environments and deploy in local servers, data centers, or in the cloud. This short overview will give you a sense of Kwatee's capabilities without going into the full details of all its features. We begin by signing into the configuration management application using the factory default user and password. Kwatee's functions are divided in 4 areas: the repository, where software components are defined and archived; the servers area, in which connection profiles to target servers are configured; the environments, where artifact parameters can be customized per deployment context and target server; and finally, the deployments area, where the actual deploy and undeploy operations are carried out. Firstly, we create an artifact where each version describes the characteristics of a specific software package version you wish to deploy. The main component of an artifact's version is the software package associated to it. We can select the operating system for which we know a package to be suitable, and then upload the actual package to the repository. Kwatee can handle the most common archive types and automatically examines their contents in order to scan for the presence of Kwatee variables within the package's files. These variables, which have a distinctive pattern, can be thought of as environment variables whose value can be configured within Kwatee and that are instantiated during deployment. A generic default value may be given, but environment-dependent values can also be defined, as we will see in a minute. Notice the breadcrumb bar, which is a common method of navigation within Kwatee. Of course, you can use your browser's back function as well. The next step is to configure a Kwatee server, which defines the connection parameters to a deployment target. This configuration consists mainly in the server platform, or operating system, the IP address and port, the connection method, and the login parameters. Note that you may alternatively supply a private SSH key or ask Kwatee to prompt for the password during deployment. The configuration can be quickly tested to make sure everything is alright. We wrap up the configuration by setting up an environment in which we select the subset of necessary artifacts and servers to be used. The environment may contain several releases, which are archives of earlier configuration sets, but only one of these releases, the snapshot, can be edited. In the release, we assign the desired artifact to its target server and select the actual version to install. Finally, we can see that some variables don't have a defined value, so we enter the variables editor. The artifact's customer name variable must be specified, but we can also change the default value of the deployment location by pointing the system Kwatee package dir variable to our web servers directory. Configuration is completed and the environment is ready to be deployed, which is done by the simple click of a button. A quick check shows that our example site has been properly deployed, but while the customer name is personalized, the corresponding logo still remains generic. We can improve on that by returning to the configuration and uploading a custom logo, which will overlay the existing default one only for this particular deployment. Back to deployments in order to update our application. And now we can see that the site is fully customized. At this point of our release cycle, it's good practice to archive the released configuration to make it possible to quickly and safely roll back future deployed changes to a stable state if needed. This concludes the introductory presentation. Check out the documentation to find out about more advanced features of Kwatee, including the ability of carrying out fully automated deployments with a standalone command line deployer tool.